Hey, what's up, everybody? Marcos Villegas, Fight Up TV, powered by stagefront VIP, being joined with Joe Goossen, the trainer of Ryan Garcia. Man, this fight, Joe.
I know. Right?
I can't wait, man. I'm so excited for it.
Yep.
You know, you being in camp with Ryan, I haven't had a chance to talk to you this whole training camp.
Yeah.
Get me up to date about everything.
Well, I mean, you had a lot of opportunity. All you had to do was call me, Marcos. But
Well, noted. I'll note that next time.
yeah. That being said,
I'll call you tomorrow.
we might be too late by then. No, we actually started in October. To be quite frank. Now, were we stepping on the gas hard? No, but Ryan was running. We're doing light gym workouts. So and then of course his strength training. But now that was October, November, December. And then I'd say around the first of the year, January, February. Yeah, about January, then he started doing very serious workouts. And the past 3 months have been just really hard, hitting the gym hard. Full-on strength training with Sip, his strength coach. Doing a lot of mitts with Zamir, who I call Sammy. Doing lots of road work with Scott Sullivan, who's a former fighter from back east, who's Ryan's right-hand man. Scotty and Ryan, they'll do anywhere from 8 to 12 miles a day, literally. Just really, really intense training. So,
Why that much?
Why that
Like road work, yeah.
well, because I got to tell you, because Ryan is a runner by nature. He loves to run, and you don't hold a guy back. Some guys hate to run. Some guys will only run X amount, and that's that. But Ryan, I've seen him run. It's literally, he could have been a cross-country star. I mean, I saw him when the first camp I ever did with him in Coronado. We had a certain route that he would run. And normally he would do 5-6 miles there, and then come around and maybe do a short sprint. He did a sprint that lasted, I'm telling you, it seemed like at least 3/4 of a mile. It might have been more. It might have been a little less, a little more. But it went on forever at full speed. And I was in the car, of course. I'm not going to be, that's how I could keep up with him. But, I could drive along while he was running. But I don't know if I've ever seen a fighter do a sprint after a 5-6 mile run for over a half a mile easily at full speed, and I mean full gallop. I kept thinking it was going to end, and I kept going and going and going. I'm telling you, so he's just that type of guy. He's very self-driven, self-motivated. You don't have to push him. Look, that's why he's sitting where he's at right now. He's creative, he's inventive, he's intelligent, he's got a high IQ. He's unique. And I use that word because he is unique. And let me tell you, when he turns the switch on, his whole demeanor changes, his look changes, his attitude changes, and it's not a put on. It's something from inside that just shines through to me. He's a very, very dynamic kid. And when I say that, I mean he's not just a high IQ in boxing. He's got great instincts, and you can mention a lot of subject matters to him, and he surprises you. I go, how would you know about that? And I'm almost 70 in September, and I've seen a lot of things. I study a lot of stuff, and this will get brought up or that get brought, and he'll have something to say about it that is basically an educated point of view. And I go, how would you know that? And he goes, oh, well, he doesn't really say, but he's very good like that. He can, any subject matter, he's got something to say about it. So
Unique individual, Joe.
He is. And that appeals to me. And it's very inspirational. So he inspires me to work as hard as I can work. And because there's so much there that, you've got to be able to keep up with them, or else you might as well just not do it.
I've been wanting to ask you this, Joe, and you've been around the game such a long time. The whole rehydration thing. What was your first initial reaction to it? What are your thoughts now that Ryan's having to cut weight with it?
Yeah. No, listen, we're just, when I say a few pounds over, we're just a few pounds over. We're not. You saw Ryan today.
He's eating a taco.
He's eating a taco. He doesn't look gaunt. He doesn't look gaunt. He's not dry, right? Because he took that weight down very systematically. There was no, dropping off a cliff, which can be detrimental. So then you ask about the rehydration clause. Well, it's 10 pounds. So if we weigh in at, let's say, on Friday at 2 in the afternoon, well, between 2 in the afternoon or 3 or 4, whenever it might be, he's got to weigh in the next day, Saturday, fight day, at 10 a.m., no more than 10 pounds than his contract weight. All right, well, 10 pounds. Between the weigh-in and 10 a.m. the next day, well, what does a 1 pound steak look like? It's big.
16 ounces.
16 ounces. But what does it look like? It looks like that. Well, that's 10 of those. What's wrong with that? He's not going to eat 10 steaks, but I'm just saying.
I guess like people are like, whoa, Ryan's big, like, because fighters usually rehydrate 20 pounds.
No, but that's not necessarily beneficial, okay? Because those big weight swings are not necessarily good. Because one of the worst things you can do is go into the ring feeling full.
Yeah.
You don't want that. You want to feel a little bit light, okay? A little bit hungry.
So did you have any reservations about it when it was first presented in the very beginning? Like, what'd you think, like, in the very beginning?
No, I just explained to you why.
Okay.
I mean, okay, between 3, 4 in the afternoon till 10 the next morning, he could have 3 steaks with some eggs and, 10 pounds. That's a lot of food. Now, of course, the liquids is a factor there. But then again, he's not going to have to dehydrate himself, to make this weight. He's eating, drinking. You saw him eat over there. He's eating, he's drinking. We'll go train tonight. He already did his run this morning. He's got his strength training. He looks great. I mean, skin is still nice and it's got a vibrancy to it. Because going to happen, you get dried out and everything.
Skin's thinner.
That's right.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can get, dry.
Yeah.
And then you get that gaunt look where the eyes are sunk in, the cheeks. He doesn't have that. And he's literally just a few pounds overweight right now. So, like I say, the 10-pound limit the next day is nothing. And then remember, at 10:01, he can drink and eat as much more as he wants. So now, if you fight at 8, 9 o'clock at night, and you 10:01, you've got another 10, 11 hours before you fight. So you could easily get in 2 solid meals, which I don't always recommend eating that much on the day of the fight. So it is not a problem at all. And if anyone thinks it is, I can assure you it isn't. He has not missed one meal. He's got a private chef. Carlos is a great chef. Makes him all the right, healthy, fresh foods. He eats every day. He's got, like I said, great discipline. When we spar, Ryan won't even take water at 6 rounds. Sparring, most fighters want to rinse their mouth. He doesn't.
How has the sparring been? Let us know some details.
Well, I mean, details. I mean,
because Tank said something that he got hurt to the body. Ryan did.
Please. Yeah. Let me just tell you something. We have very, very closed workouts. We have not stopped working out for 1 minute. We've been sparring all the way through this camp. And we're going to continue. We sparred yesterday. Okay? I mean, how can you be hurt if you're sparring? You're not. We sparred yesterday. We'll spar tomorrow. And we might spar Friday. Now, are we going to do lots of rounds? No. But you want to keep throwing the ball around. You want to keep your eyes sharp. And, you know, we've got one really solid veteran who knows how to tone it, you know, where you're not going crazy because, you know, you don't want anything weird to happen. And it's basically the last couple times of sparring, you just want to get out of there clean, get a good sweat, throw the ball around a little bit, keep your eyes sharp, and that's that. And that's what we're doing right now. We're only 11 days away from the fight. So we're not doing anything treacherous. But, you know, I mean, even, you know, baseball teams that play 162 games a year, they take batting practice before every game. And they play every day, basically. You know, it's good to get that last look before you go in the ring. And that's what we're doing right now. So, you know, as far as, you know, what we're working on doing, I mean, of course I'm not going to divulge any of that. But neither would they, which is the smart thing not to do.
So let us know then, what happens in the fight? How does it play out the night of the fight? What do you see there? What do you envision there? What do you think is going to happen?
Well, see, but that there again, then we're talking about strategies.
No, you don't know. You could be like, you know what? Ryan's going to knock him out, and he's going to knock him out in 9 rounds.
Well, no, don't put words in my mouth.
I'm saying, but you
I know what I could say. Okay. What I could say and what I would say. I mean, look, and this may sound, you know, rote, but the bottom line is, for me, is that when you put in the work Ryan's putting in, the sparring, the road work, the dieting, the discipline, all of the things that you have to leave behind in terms of family and friends and good times, all of that is pointing in one direction, to go there and win. And that's pretty much, I think, the theme for me is we're going to go to Las Vegas with one intention and one intention only, and that's to win the fight. Just like they're thinking that, I'm sure. I wouldn't think they'd think anything other than that. But we're going there to win, and nothing else will do.
By knockout?
You know,
Do you have a hunch? Because
if I even said that, I'd be divulging something to the other camp that I don't need to divulge. But I think to say that we're going to win is not giving anything away. We're going to go there to win this fight, one way or the other.
Lastly, Joe, Henry had mentioned to me that he's just surprised that with Ryan coming down in weight, he's hitting harder and he looks stronger. Can you touch on that, how that he's looked like that in camp?
I said that to him last night in sparring. I said, you actually look faster and you actually look like you're hitting harder than you were when you were 10 pounds heavier. But there's a reason for that. I mean, you know, when you're heavier and you're losing weight, getting into that great shape, see your strength training is really coming to a head, your road work is coming to a head, your sparring's coming ahead. So the delivery system is really sharp right now. So the sparring partners are going, man, power is just insane, even if you hit me on the arms. So it's the delivery system based on the fact that we're in peak form right now. And Ryan has really brought himself into a physical position now where he's just like, it's dangerous, very dangerous.
So one thing we're going to be most surprised, and I'll end it on this, the one thing we're going to be most surprised from Ryan on the night of the fight.
Well, I don't know what would surprise you. Nothing would surprise me. I mean, I have the full, you know, belief that we're going to win this fight. So I would be surprised if anything other than that happened.
Joe, as always, good chatting with you,
Great
good seeing with you.
again. It's been
Joe
too
Goossen,
long.
I know it has, Marcos Villegas here in Los Angeles. Beautiful background behind us.
believe that?
Enjoying the sun here with
to my
Joe.
house
I
anytime
know,
you
right?
want,
Thank you for inviting us to your humble housing right here. Or there's a mansion behind us, actually. His Paulo pans over here. I don't know how many rooms it is, but you know, this is how Joe Goossen rolls. This is how he
I
lives.
stopped counting after 10 rooms.
Yeah, I got one room. All right, guys, take it easy.